हेलो एवरीवन, राम राम। कैसे हैं आप लोग? सो आई होप यू आर डूइंग वेल। काफी अच्छी तरीके से आपकी प्रिपरेशन चल रही होगी। सो वी आर बैक विद येट अनदर important case study that has been released by ICAI. This is the case study from the Student General of February, and I feel that this is a very important case study. थोड़ी सी लेंदी है, बट हाँ बहुत अच्छे तरीके से हम इसको कवर करेंगे. And on that note, you don't need to worry about anything regarding the IBS. संपूर्ण is turning out to be very good book for the IBS. जिस तरीके से वो बन रही है, जिस तरीके से हम चीजों को inculcate कर रहे हैं उसमें, I have serious hope from Sampurna that it should be very helpful for you guys. And as it is color coded and printing cost is way high, so at first we will only make it available for the pre-book students. So if you want to pre-book the Sampurna, the website is in the link in the description. And one more thing, I am watching that many of you are not subscribing to CA Sparsh Dodani, so please don't do that. Please subscribe to CA Sparsh Dodani as it helps us to reach more and more students like you, so as we can help more and more students like you. So on that note, let us begin. So this case study is included in the new edition of Sampurna, and also I have put it on the Telegram group, so you don't need to worry about anything. ठीक है, चलो तो स्टार्ट करते हैं this case study. Yeah. So this is case study 78 in your Samadhan case study book. So let's begin. Prime T Private Limited PTPL. ये भी एक T based case study है. As the earlier one, if you haven't watched, I will pin it. Go watch it right away. It is similar to the case study that I have discussed earlier, but separate video क्यों? Because sir आपको फिर ऐसे ढूंढने में easy जाएगा. चलो. Was established in 1938, headquartered in Kolkata. The company is privately owned. Okay, it is private company by Tribhuvan Das family members who have been in the tea business from the past 3 generations. Mr. Bhushan Tribhuvan Das started out as a broker in Siliguri, and then he became the distribution, and hence the company PTPL. So PTPL is the name of company. Just a second. Yeah. So PTPL is the name of the company. In smaller cities and town where there is no presence of proper distribution, PTPL has local sales agents जैसे HUL करता है. HUL इसी तरीके से वर्क करता है. जहां पे डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन नहीं है, they hire local sales agents. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल in villages they hire like जो वहां के prominent ladies रहते हैं जिनका सबके साथ अप्रोच अच्छा है, द लेडीज हु कैन अप्रोच ईच एंड एवरी वुमेन इन द विलेज, तो वो उनको एजेंट बना देते हैं. दैट्स सिमिलर टू दिस. Tea packages have a long shelf life and can be stored to a year if stored in appropriate conditions. Okay. PTPL commands a moderate 8% market share in the. So this is a moderate market share. It's not like they have monopoly or something. Okay. PTPL has been profitable business for the most of its year of existence. The past year have been significantly inflationary trends in the economy. There have been certain inflationary trends in the economy. So like many other company, PTPL has to enduring the increase in the tea leaf price. Like as we have seen, like the prices of commodities after COVID has jumped on to multifold. Like recently, if I can share an example of jeera, if you know what a jeera is, I guess the name is cumin if I'm not wrong. So the prices went from rupees 280 per kg to rupees 740 per kg. And that's not even the commodity which is like very essential for food and everything. So as you can see, the prices of commodities have risen multifold after the COVID period. Yeah, which is primarily raw material to combat reducing price margin due to inflation. So as the prices increases, the margin of PTPL decrease because they have to stay in competition. Like it has concocted a uniform blend that it sells under the brand name A1 tea. So what they are doing, like they are blending many type of tea and making a one tea like named as A1 tea. ऐसे ही होता है जनरली. कोई एक सिंगल लीफ टी ऐसे मार्केट में इतना ज्यादा सर्वाइव नहीं कर पाती. The manufacturers tend to mix different type of teas and they inculcate into one tea brand. ठीक है. Sorry. This concoction was done with the help of expert tea sommelier a decade back. Okay, so they tried and tested this brand and then they came up with the A1 tea brand. PTPL has used the same composition over the last many years. Okay, the composition is same that the tea. So the question might come in your mind: why are we reading this case study with so much attention to detail? Yeah, this should be in your mind right now, and the reason for that is because this case study covers SCMP, and for those students who don't know, आपको ये छोटे छोटे points are very helpful in SCMP because minute points से ही वो लोग आंसर्स वहां पे बन जाते हैं, क्वेश्चन पूछ लेते हैं. सो माइन्यूट पॉइंट्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर एससीएमपी. या the TPTPL prepares under A1 tea is a black tea variety which is most popular tea variety consumed. ठीक है, simple. The Indian marketplace is crowded with many tea companies like PTPL. In retail outlets and grocery shelves, stocking tea beverages have many brands stock altogether. Okay, as we have already seen, like in supermarkets and everything, like where there is a shelf of tea, there are many brands of tea at one place. So that's what they are talking about. There's nothing much differentiate PTPL's A1 tea brand from the rest. Brands have to find to gain visibility among customers. As we have seen, it has moderate customer share in the Indian market of 8%. ठीक है, एडवर्टाइजमेंट स्पेंड बिकॉज जहां पे कंपटीशन मार्केट बहुत ज्यादा रहता है, देयर इज अ ह्यूज एडवर्टाइजमेंट एक्सपेंस ऑलवेज इज देयर. हेंस कस्टमर्स आर मोर प्राइस सेंसिटिव रेदर देन कॉन्शियस अबाउट द क्वालिटी ऑफ टी. सो दैट एंड जैसे आपको पता है इंडिया का मार्केट कैसा है, इट इज अ प्राइस सेंसिटिव मार्केट, क्वालिटी से ज्यादा प्राइस सेंसिटिव मार्केट, एंड दैट इज व्हाट दे आर ट्राइंग टू टेल regarding the quality of tea. The customer are preferring the price. Okay, the lower the price, the more customers you will get. Simple economics. Today in 2023, the total Indian market is estimated to be rupees 34,400 crores with branded business constituting approximately 74% of the total market. The global tea market, ये same चीज अपन ने वहां देखे थे. Demand in other segments like green tea, herbal tea, especially among the picking up despite optimistic prospect, the management of PTPL observes stagnation in tea sales rather than growth. So their tea sales are like falling. There's not a growth phase right now in company. It is on stagnation phase. Like the sales is falling and everything. The currently PTPL supplies to 300 distributors across India, and an investigation into this reveals that many of the distributors are also distributors of the competitors of PTPL. Okay, so they have the same distributors, many brands. The investigation further revealed that in the past 3 years, many times PTPL has delayed the delivery of orders of the stocking up with the inventory. Meanwhile, orders from retail outlets and smaller to keep coming in, which need not to be met by distributors on time. Hence, if packages of A1T are not replenished in time, distributor instead sell package of another rival company. Okay, so they are not like they are not competent in that case. When the order comes, they are many a times they could not supply the product. So what the supplier or what the wholesaler would do, like if A1 tea is not available, they would supply some other tea. Okay, as mentioned in the paragraph 4, this is because there is not too much differentiate because A1 tea is similar to the other tea brands, and there's not much differentiation between black tea. Because of PNE, you won't know much difference in the quality of tea or the taste of tea over other brands. A further investigation for the reason for delay in meeting the restocking request of distributor was undertaken. The delayed sale delivery is costing the company in form of lost opportunity sale. Think opportunity cost is there. The study of this problem reveals that PTPL has been following just-in-time production in its production facilities. This was implemented around, so they are using now JIT. क्या use कर रहे हैं? JIT. This is the concept of SCMP, like जहाँ पे whenever it is required you do that thing just in time, in that time only. No stock is there. जब आपके पास order आएगा, you will manufacture or blend the tea and then you will supply. This is the just in time. ठीक है. According to the tea blending process happens only when a distribution place order for tea packages with PTPL. A typical order size would be 50,000 packages a month from each distributor. In a month, at least 200 distributor place order with PTPL. The raw material in form of tea leaves is stocked in advance by buying tea from various auctions. ये वो ठीक है. Hence, while stocking of this may happen, but is available that auction in such cases, tea leaves sourced from some other location. And ठीक है, these delays increase the lead time. Okay, so यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है कि यहाँ पे if the tea is not available in the auction, they tend to get it from some other place, and this sometimes result in delay in acquiring the tea. ठीक है. Hence, because the entire raw material of required varieties of tea leaves are not readily available, it has many times happened that there have been delays in the production of the blended tea. Since the production in JIT system, PTBL does not buffer of stock of blended tea finished products from which it could try to meet the order requirement at least partially. So because there's JIT, there's no opening or closing stock, so then they can't supply if they don't have the raw material. This is the primary reason for delays in sales delay, which have resulted in distributor preferring to sell rival to brands. Simple सी बात है. If you won't supply, the distributor will shift on to some other brands because they are distributor of many brands at once. Mr. Kumar, son of Bhushan Tribhuvandas, is the CEO of PTPL. Last month, he called the senior management of the company to understand the reason of sorry stagnating sales. This month there was a follow up meeting and the findings. तो ये सर तो एक मीटिंग हुई. There was a meeting. यहाँ पे सारे sales managers are putting up their views what they found out in the investigation. I am facing the brunt of this problem. It is already very difficult to sell A1T as it does not enjoy very high visibility due to which end consumer is indifferent to the brand and its quality distribution order. ठीक है, सिंपल सी बात है. There कि मैं सब कर रहा हूँ. I'm doing everything. There's no indifference between product. What do you expect more of me? ठीक है. This is of the sales manager. Now the production manager. My hands are tied. We have the best in class blending machine that can blend tea in huge quantities on very short notice. The short turnaround time for delivery were considered while implementing JIT production system 3 years back. This is the reason why we had the high performance machine installed in the first place. I just need a phone call from Sally and my machines are ready to. My department cannot be blamed for delays. If the requisite raw materials are not available, procurement is Sam's responsibility. Should he be made accountable for this? So production manager is saying, I am ready with the machine and everything. You give me raw material, I will make it in no time. So I am not to blame here. The blame should be on Sam, which is the procurement manager. Then Sam is saying it is so we are reading it like a story, but it is very helpful for you. Exam में आपको शायद इतना ज्यादा टाइम नहीं देना पड़े, but here we are learning. So learning में बिल्कुल चलता है. To lay the entire blame on me, I have no information about what the production is going to be during the month. I need at least 1 month advance notice, if not more, to ensure that raw material supply is. And perhaps my colleague have forgotten that tea leaves are agriculture produce that cannot be grown on the drop of a hat. Well, there's a bit of sarcasm going on in them. I need the time to get the variety of leaves from different auction location across the India to a storage facility here in our plant. I must say this is a very good case study by ICAI. I must applaud ICAI here. काफी अच्छी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी उन्होंने बना दी है इन दिस केस स्टडी. दैट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग. यार I know IBS is a subject you have to pass in everything, but at least you should enjoy, you should get knowledge in the subject. Otherwise, there's no use of that. पढ़ के पास होना है ठीक है. I understand you have to be a CA, but ठीक है. You should enjoy the process as well. Like I am enjoying right now, uh, telling you about this case study, enriching your mind about that. So that's a very good thing. ठीक है. चलो. While GID production may work fine for blending, GID procurement is impossible for tea leaves. That's a very good point. I need advance notice of raw material requirements. Without this information, I cannot ensure the supply. Mr. Kumar says, right from my father's days, all departments has completed of each other requirement. We have never felt the need to have information system in place. All that was required was a phone call between the managers. So they are like pickering about that पहले हमारे like भीड़े हमारे जमाने में तो वैसा होता था. तो they are like telling about that कि अभी तो ऐसा जरूरत नहीं पड़ी, अचानक से क्या हो गया, ये क्या हो गया, वो क्या हो गया. So they are just shifting the blame on each other. However, this has left gaps in passing of information. How can we resolve this? So this is the whole crux of the case study, whole case study by ICAI. Now let's quickly jump on to the multiple choice question. Giving the case study scenario, which is the pricing strategy, do you think that PTPL is following for A1 tree brand? देखो अब क्यों यहाँ पे मैंने आपको सारी केस स्टडी पढ़ाई. Now what is A1 tree brand? It is indifferent brand because there is no difference between any other brand. So क्या प्राइसिंग ले सकता है? कॉस्ट प्लस मार्कअप. क्या वो अपना खुद का मार्कअप दैट इज द their own profit margin can they decide? No, because it is very competitive market. Target rate of return, यहाँ पे कहीं पे भी रेट ऑफ रिटर्न की बात की थी केस स्टडी में? नो. देन perceived value pricing, is there any perceived value? No, because there's no indifference. There's indifference between the brands. So there's no extra perceived value of your brand. So what you have to price, what is the competition has price, you have to price it that way. So the actual answer would be going rate pricing. Going rate pricing मतलब जो प्राइस चल रहा है वह ही से प्राइस आपको रखना पड़ेगा. And this is the case in most of commodities. Almost this is the case in most of commodities. They have to apply the going rate pricing. Then again, below is the cost structure for producing 1 kg of tea. Direct material cost 200, direct labor cost that is the 20 minute at the rate 300 per hour, that is your 100. Overhead cost is 50. Total cost is 50. In addition, 1 kg of A1 tea also requires 0.6 of other material. It is a blend of many teas. So other required material is 0.6 at the rate 80 rupees per kg with 4% of substandard quality which cannot be used. So there's already 4% wastage of that material. So sorry. Yeah. PTPL sell 1 kg of A1T at the rate rupees 400. PTPL wishes to earn 10% profit margin on the same. Is the target cost being met here? I can see, देखो अगर आपको टारगेट कॉस्टिंग अगर 400 से ही अर्न करना पड़ता तो आपको क्या रहता, इफ it is on the selling price, then the estimated cost would have been rupees 360. Why 360? Because 400 is your target cost, 10% is your desired profit margin, so the cost would have been 360. यहीं से समझ में आ रहा है कि वो उसके ऊपर है. So the note of the total estimated cost is rupees, so we have to calculate the estimated cost. Let's jump on to that. Yeah. So the direct material cost, it is given. Direct labor cost is what it was given. Overhead cost, it was given. Then other material. Now you can't directly multiply this 80 into 0.6. Why? Because there is a wastage. So 0.6 divided by 96%, because only 96% would be in use. So we have to use more than 0.6 grams. So what would be the quantity? 0.6 gram divided by 96% into 80, that is 50. So the total cost is rupees 400. So their total cost is rupees 400 and they are selling it for rupees 400. So are they earning anything? No. That's why they were in stagnation. So the no, that this would be the right answer. Okay. Rani is a tea sommelier who has recently graduated from the university and holds a professional certified tea sommelier degree. Few months back, she started two outlet by the name Queen Tea in Kolkata, which serves gourmet tea. Okay, so this is the different thing now, gourmet tea. ठीक है. Specially crafted by her, business have been profitable and has gained traction in terms of revenue and customers. Rani envisioned that she can revolutionize the tea industry by influencing the taste preference of tea consumers. Her specially crafted tea is authentic, unique in flavor that can be appreciated by real tea enthusiasts, and our whole country is tea enthusiast. Indian economy has a space even for niche enthusiasts who are willing to pay a premium for a good cup of tea beverage. However, Rani is facing many issues running the business, like access to extra finance, networking, how to market, whom should she approach to find proper guidance and support. So these are the persons, like they are asking कि किसको approach करना चाहिए. An incubator, an accelerator, and startup and entrepreneur. सर ये मतलब क्या है तो बताइए. देखो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, these are also the SCM term. ठीक है, तो ज्यादा उसमें आपको you don't need to dig more into that. सिंपल सा आप अगर go if you go by the बेसिक नॉलेज से भी जाएंगे, सो यू नो व्हाट दे नीड हियर. सो यहाँ पे इन लेट्स फर्स्ट लेट मी टेल यू द मीनिंग. इंक्यूबेटर एक ऐसा होता है जब एक आपका स्टार्टअप ग्रो हो रहा है तो उसको सेफ स्पेस में रखने के लिए, या इफ यू नो द इंक्यूबेटर इन मेडिकल टर्म्स, लाइक वो एक प्रॉपर सेफ एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट करता है. दैट्स व्हाट द इंक्यूबेटर इज हियर. डू वी नीड द इंक्यूबेटर हियर? नो. व्हाट we need to accelerate the growth of our business. So what would we need? An accelerator that would accelerate the growth for us, multifold multiply the growth for us. So what do we need? An accelerator. ठीक है. In order to drive up sale, PTPL has started offering a teacup free for every 1 kg of A1 tea brought per order. This would be an example of, what is this example of? Up you are purchasing a tea and they are giving you a teacup free. What is what is this example of? Simple. It is an example of promotion, because they are offering a cup free of cost, that their tea that the sale of their tea would increase. So this is a promotion. ठीक है. चलो, उसके बाद an employee of PTPL visited Guwahati to purchase tea leaves from an auction at a Guwahati tea auction center and had stayed in the hotel location in Guwahati, Assam. At the time of checkout, the invoice was issued for an amount equivalent to rupees 1 lakh. And there was a GST and everything, and amount recovered employed towards non-official stay by PTPL was 50,000. Whether the ITC is available on GST paid by PTPL on invoice amounting to 1 lakh, सीधी सी बात है. Is ITC available on hotel and accommodation? No, because it is in the blocked credit list. ये क्या है? Blocked credit में आता है. ठीक है. So ITC is not available. This is the right answer. Simple questions. Questions are simple. Too simple lag rahe because we have read the case study very thoroughly. We got every point. Now we can understand what should be and what should not be. Simple. PTPL entered into a contract with Nayan Distribution Siliguri for supply of 1 ton of A1T. It sent the said consignment to the distributor and paid loading and unloading charges of rupees 20,000. Which of the following statement is correct under GST law? A1T is an agriculture produce. Loading and unloading of A1T is exempt from A1T is an agriculture produce. Loading and is liable to GST is not agriculture. Is liable to GST is not an agriculture but is exempt for GST. What should be the point? Is A1T the first thing that we need to discuss is that is A1T is an agriculture produce or not? What do you say? See, tea is an agriculture produce, but क्या A1T एक agriculture produce है क्या? नहीं. Why? Because it is a product which is made by blending a lot of different type of teas and other materials. So it is not a direct agriculture produce. It is specifically manufactured. So it is not an agriculture produce. तो यहाँ पे भी आप वही देखेंगे is a blended tea prepared by mixing popular tea flavors into one. Different tea flavors are processed product, dried, fermented, and cut into tea leaves. A1 tea is not agricultural, thus loading is not eligible for exemption. Therefore, you cannot claim exemption in that. Okay, simple. Sure. After that, PTPL has recently came across a new export opportunity via country and via the rupee state credit route. However, the person who will execute the trade is based on that is the agent. The agent would charge a commission of commission of 20%. The CFO informed that we cannot enter into as the remittance of commission on rupee state credit route is not allowed. Okay, this is a question of FEMA. And this topic is included in the Sampurna. Almost the topics which we have discussed earlier were already included in the Sampurna. So that's what I am saying, that it is going to be very helpful for you in exam, especially in the MCQs, because यहाँ पे आपका काफी time बचेगा. You just have to look Sampurna and you will get the answer. Considering given the legal position of the execution of the trade, comment on the correct answer. Yes, the CFO is correct. No commission can be paid. Yes, the commission up to 20%. Incorrect, although commission cannot be paid on export. However, so what is the correct answer? The correct answer is C. If you go and read the export via the rupee state credit route, you will read the commission is not allowed except in the case of tea and tobacco, and that up to only 10%, not 20%, 10%. That's why the view is incorrect. Hence, it still cannot export because the commission only is allowed up to 10%. So they can export when the commission is up to 10%. Okay. The management of PTPL has developed a strong internal control in its accounting system in such a way that the work of one person is reviewed by another. Since no individual employee is allowed to handle is handle a task alone from the beginning to an end, the chances of an early detection of frauds and errors are high. To facilitate the accumulation of the information necessary for the proper review and evaluation of internal controls, PTPL auditors framed an internal audit questionnaire to obtain. So, this is the question of internal audit questionnaire. Which of the following question related to procurement of tea leaves? Is there a procedure in place where the match tea leaves with corresponding invoices? Is there a procedure of so this is the simple question. What should be included in your internal control questionnaire? Is there a procedure of monitoring broad customer preference worldwide? Are provision for bad debts made on systematic assessment of collectability of outstanding receivable? Is there a designed authority responsible for approving tea leaf procurement? Is there confirmation process such as design delivery receipt to validate successful deliveries? So what should be included in that? What as per you should be included in that? You got the answer? It is 1 and 4. And now let me tell you why. Yes. So why 1 and 4 are correct? Because यहाँ पे देखो, the second one is talking about the customer preference. क्या are we interested in that? No. Why? Because यहाँ पे हम लोग को क्या important है कि जो हमारा that is the acquisition ज्यादा हमारा point of view important है. ठीक है. तो प्रोक्योरमेंट के लिए क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्या हमारे लिए कस्टमर प्रेफरेंस इंपॉर्टेंट है? नो, डेफिनेटली नॉट. देन आफ्टर दैट द थर्ड, bad debts, is there, is it is required for that procurement, it is relevant for procurement? No, that's why these both points would not be in the questionnaire. Then is there designated authority responsible for approving tea leaf procurement? Why would there be a designated authority? Yes, there would be a designated authority for that. Yeah, so therefore the correct answer is first and fourth. These two would be included in the questionnaire. ठीक है, चलो. Now let's quickly jump on to the descriptive questions. Anticipating heated arguments between Mr. Kumar and on the behalf of PTPL has hired you as a management consultant to guide the company on the ways to improve sales, increasing market share. Your priority is to resolve the issue of delayed sale delivery of tea distributor, reduction in instance of lost sale opportunity. So, what is the current system that they are using? JIT, that is the just in time. So we need to change that or modify that. ठीक है. Let me begin with Mr. Kumar observation that there are no information system in the place despite the growing in scale over the years. As correctly pointed, there's gaps are in passing information which has delays and lost sales opportunity. GIT production system will work when only PPTPL can anticipate the demand patterns of distribution from A1T. It is a paramount information. So there's like you can just read it. So you just have to write what you saw earlier, what was wrong. Sales order trend is understood. Sally has to prepare a monthly plan for expected sale. The sales manager has to like prepare a monthly plan. Hmm. So this can drawn anticipation for the entire year. This plan will then give the company an idea about the output required. So this is what we saw that was wrong because there was no estimation anticipation of the demand. That's why the JIT system was not working properly. The production manager plan has implemented JIT system 3 years back. The problem of delays in meeting sales has also begun around that same period. This provides a reasonable ground to conclude that loss could be linked to the type of production system followed by the production center. If production has to happen seamlessly, the raw material should be available on demand. Hence, there is a requirement of information to flow from sales to production. So, the information should be flown from sale to production, and that's what they are talking about. The PAM, the production manager, has to coordinate to SAM, procurement manager, discuss the production schedule. Any specific requirement have to be discussed. For example, the requisite grade of tea leaves and this. If a GST system is to be followed, there may not be time for quality check for raw material input. So any misunderstanding or lack of it will lead to delays in production system will not be just in time at all. So that's the irony. You have implemented just in time, but due to the delays, it is not just in time. Coming to raw material procurement, so you have to पूरी आपको गलतियां गिनाना है. What is wrong with the company? They have to just mention what is wrong and what should be done. ठीक है. So as we said, having buffer stock in order to make, there should be buffer stock, some opening stock. This of course would be subject to the available storage space and cost of storage. So you have to mention what should be done and also mention if you are doing this, then please take care of that as well. So ठीक है. चलो. Further, the production manager can consider the possibility of making to stock instead of using JIT, which is making to order. So like they should be shift to making to stock, that they would make whatever the stock is there, not as per the order. So that's why there would be ample of closing stock at any period of time to even supply some partial orders. Okay. Due to long lead times required for product, it makes sense to stock up the raw material. At the same time, since the finished product has a long shelf life, it may take sense to stock up the finished product as well. Because as we read earlier, like in the first point, it is a higher shelf life. So you can stock the closing stock as well as the raw material. So यही चीजें बस आपको यहाँ बतानी है. As the final they have been rational for implementing GIT 3 years back. It is definitely useful as a cost saving and can be achieved from lower storage space requirement. But why the production was changed to GIT in first place, depending on nature of business, blah blah blah. So this is the answer. सारी चीजें जो हमने कवर की, वहां पे ऊपर जो इनकी इतनी डिस्कशन हुई, उसी का क्या सॉल्यूशन है, यू जस्ट हैव टू टेल इट. क्या इंस्टीट्यूट उसमें पूरे मार्क्स देगा? नहीं. बट हाँ, यहाँ पे अगर सेम टू सेम या सिमिलर क्वेश्चन आ जाता है, विल टॉप ऑन दैट. ठीक है ना. उसके बाद PTPL extends a net 30-day credit to its distributor. The 30-day credit period begins from the time of dispatch from PTPL warehouse. Invoices are generated and posted to the distributor. On an average, it takes 3 days after dispatch to generate the invoice. A further delays for post to reach the distributor. So the total distributor gets 6 days after dispatch. There also have been instances of the invoice being misplaced or not received at all. In such cases, PTPL resends the invoice, which again requires few more days to reach the distributor. Only 30% of the account receivable is collected within 30 days. On an average, account receivable collection period is 50 days. Why? Because there's delay in sending the invoice only. PTPL does not charge any interest for delay since it's wanted to maintain good relation with distributor. Bad debts all of account almost 10% of accounts. So 10% are bad debts required. You have been requested to advise ways to reduce the collection period from 50 days to 30 days without creating any acrimony. Acrimony kuch ranjish. There's no like fight or what between the management and the distributor. So what should you do? यहाँ पे आपको बताना है कि अगर आप आपका भी करंट पीरियड कितने हैं 50 डेज का पीरियड है एंड यू हैव टू ब्रिंग इट डाउन टू 30 डेज सो यहाँ पे आपको क्या करना है so the distributor get 24 days to arrange for payment on due date. The following step can be helped to improve the collection. Revise the credit period extended. If only 30% of account receivable is collected within 30 days, it implies that 70% delay the payment. PTPL has to assess whether the credit period of 30 days is reasonable in line with the industry standards. If the credit period is longer than 30, then mean it at least temporarily adjust to norm for settlement with distributor. अगर 30 दिन का ज्यादा है, for example, in industry, if there is the credit period of 20 days, then you have to like the old settlement should be done in 30 days and now the new settlement should be as per the industry standard of which is 20 days. If the credit period is 30 days or lesser, then PTPL should develop an understanding with the distributor that emphasizes that the payment has to be made within due dates. हाँ वही मैं आपको बात बताया अगर जिस दिन है उसमें आपको कंप्लीट कर देना है बट अगर आपका ड्यू डेट ज्यादा है तो आप फिर कस्टमर को ज्यादा नहीं बोल सकते बट यू हैव टू से देम दैट मेक पेमेंट विद इन 30 डेज बेटर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन रिलेशन सीधी बात है यू हैव टू डिक्टेट टर्म्स टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर इट मस्ट first ensure that distribution requirements are met on time hence PTPL has to ensure that deliver the goods on time if the distributor is happy they will pay you on time so that the whole circle is there ठीक है credit analysis PTPL has to analyze which distributor caused delay in payments and default in payments credit should be extended only to the credit worthy distributors ठीक है ensure multiple channels of settlement PTPL should provide various channels through which settlement can be conducted including electronic transfer banking channels give them more and more option of making the payment that's why they will end up paying much sooner this is the tried and tested scenario आपने कहीं पे भी देखा होगा in any website there are many modes of payment if there would have been a single mode of payment there are chances that you will not make the payment as soon as if you see there are many options available so this is the offer discounts on early settlement this is also one more good technique that you can use like 110 net deal 30 like if you pay within 10 days discount of 1% if you beyond 10 days 30 days no discount but there will be no penalty or interest would be charged that is a simple answer that you can provide and sir क्या as it is answer बताना है no your answer may differ a little bit but somewhat the crux should be same of the answer but similarly ऐसी इस तरीके से आंसर आएगा because we have read the case study ठीक है so the last question of this if we recoup the entire account receivable that there is no bad debts it also means that we are profitable it also means that each and every customer contributes towards the profit Mr. Kumar critically analyze this and illustrative whether it is always true अब सीधी सीधी बात यहाँ पे ये बोल रहे हैं कि हमारे पास अगर कोई बैड डेट नहीं है सबके पैसे आ जाते हैं तो वी आर ऑलवेज प्रॉफिटेबल इज द स्टेटमेंट ट्रू recouping entire account receivable with zero bad debts is indeed an ideal situation. Simply put, the company has managed to recover entire sales that is to make to distributor. However, it does not imply that the company is profitable. A quick example. अब यहाँ पे you have to make an example. Case where 1 kg tea package costs rupees 300 to manufacture. While due to intense competition, the company is focused to sell rupees 250. The net loss incurred in sale is rupees 50. This would be that despite the entire amount outstanding of 250 is received, there would be no profit. This refutes the first statement. If we recoup the entire accounts receivable, that there is no bad debt, it also means that we are profitable. So this is not true because if you are selling in loss, there will always be loss. चाहे पूरा पैसा आपका वापस आ जाए, there will always be loss. Like in the case of Flipkart and other companies as well. Coming to the second, if the bad debts are nil, it also means that each and every customer contributes towards profitability. Now we have to do the customer value, customer profitability analysis. What we have to do here. So let us take an example. See, सर क्या हमें भी ऐसा करना पड़ेगा वहां पे? कोई ऐसी जरूरत नहीं है, आप एक सिंपल एग्जांपल से समझा सकते हैं, बट दिस वुड बी अ गुड वे टू गो। ठीक है, चलो। तो देखो, लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ द एग्जांपल। सेल्स दिया है डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर ए, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर बी, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर सी। सीओजीएस कॉस्ट दिया हुआ है। देन यहाँ पे आपको देखना है कि कितने ज्यादा सेल्स विजिट आपके लिए लग रहे हैं टू मेक द सेल। देन ए के लिए आपको लग रहा है 1 विजिट, बी के लिए लग रहे हैं 10 विजिट्स। सो ए 1 विजिट में ही आपका इतना ऑर्डर आ रहा है, बी 10 विजिट में इतना ऑर्डर दे रहा है, सो द कॉस्ट ऑफ विजिट इज 500, 5000। देन सेल ऑर्डर प्रोसेसिंग, ए एक ही ऑर्डर में पूरा हो जा रहा है, बी को 10 ऑर्डर्स लग रहे हैं उस चीज को कंप्लीट करने के, बिकॉज जितने विजिट उतने ऑर्डर्स। सो वन ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट इज ₹500, सो देन 10 के लिए 5000। जनरल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव कॉस्ट बेस्ड ऑन नंबर ऑफ आवर ऑफ सपोर्ट, बिकॉज जितना ज्यादा आप विजिट कर रहे हैं, जितना ज्यादा ऑर्डर्स उनको देने हैं, तो नंबर ऑफ सपोर्ट आवर्स विल बी मोर। सो यहाँ पे 1000 आवर्स है, यहाँ पे सॉरी यहाँ पे जितना भी कॉस्ट है उसको उन्होंने 1000 2000 में कर दिया, टोटल कॉस्ट इज 3000। तो टोटल आपका जो है प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी 6000। अब यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी सिमिलर। तो क्या एक चीज सिनारियो, फॉर अब एग्जाम्पल इट कैन बी सीन दैट इट कंट्रीब्यूट सेम प्रॉफिट ऑफ रुपीज टू 3000, दोनों का प्रॉफिट कितना है? 3000 है। बट इफ यू विल लुक एट द मार्जिन, here the margin is of 30% and here is margin is only of 10%। तो क्या इक्वली वो सब कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं क्या? डेफिनेटली नॉट। सो यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे कि यहाँ पे द नंबर ऑफ सेल विजिट, रीजन फॉर दिस टू बी हैव अंडरस्टूड, तो यहाँ पे ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है। तो यहाँ पे आपको अपना ज्यादा प्रॉफिटेबल बिजनेस पे ज्यादा ध्यान देना है, इनके ऊपर आपको ज्यादा ध्यान देना है। दिस वुड बी द कस्टमर प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी एनालिसिस। सो दिस इज द whole crux of your case study, what we understood by that, मतलब आपने देखा this was a simple case study yet very useful and very essential for your May 24 attempt. On that note, please do subscribe to CA Sparsh Dodani, and please share this video with other students as well. And if you want to buy the Samadhan or pre-book the Sampurna, the website is in the description. So go check it out. Bye bye. Take care. See you next time.